We're going to talk about light and how it behaves. And there's properties of light, and today we're going to discuss reflection and refraction. There's a lot of aspects to cover. We're going to start with reflection. So I have a light source right down here, and it's already shining, and I have what I'm going to use as a mirror here. And you're going to see two different types of reflection here in just a second. So let me turn the light off. Here you go. Now, over here, where my finger is blocking it now, is the incident ray of light. That means it's coming into the reflective surface, which is here. Okay, surface. And then there's a reflected ray. Now, this is specular reflection because it's a smooth surface from which the reflection is taking place. Let's contrast it with this. I'm going to turn the mirror to a dull side. Can you see the difference? See, now instead of a nice line, it's just diffusing out. It'd be kind of like bouncing a basketball on the regular floor. It bounces with no problem. Then you go to a floor that has a big, huge grate that are like 1 foot squares that are holes. The ball could actually bounce into the hole, or it can just bounce all over the place. Has no real set direction. When we talk about reflection, we're interested in the law of reflection, which basically states that the angle of the light coming in is going to equal the angle of the light going out as compared to what's called normal. So I'm going to draw a surface here. You can see the mirror line here. If I use a protractor, I put the protractor in the center and I'm going to mark it at 90 degrees. You can see here I'm going to put it's called a surface normal. That's 90 degrees to the surface that we're talking about. And we will use that for both reflection and refraction. Then I'm going to show a line that came from the light source to the mirror. That way, see? And this is going to be my incident ray. I'm just going to call it capital I, incident ray. And it forms an incident angle, little I, right there, see? Between the surface normal, we'll call that capital N, and the incident ray. I do the same thing on the other side. I line up with where it left the mirror through that hole. Can put an arrow that way. This is going to be the reflected ray, and this is going to be the reflected angle. Now, according to the law of reflection, if you have specular reflection, little I should equal little r. The angle of incidence should equal the angle of reflection. Normal like this, and I see it's about 34 degrees, so I'll put 34 degrees here. And if I measure the other angle, it is also 34 degrees. So we have reflection.